You are sitting on the couch, absent-mindedly watching TV when you hear something being chewed on. Your dog has decided to check out that new pillow you love, and now its stuffing is scattered all over the floor. Your furry friend doesn't seem to care. As you get up to scold them and clean up the mess, you might find yourself wondering, does your dog even know they did something wrong? Do they feel guilty for destroying your stuff? Do they want to apologize, or are those puppy eyes just, well, puppy eyes? The answers might not be what you think. Stick around as we dive into this topic, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more helpful tips on how to communicate with your furry companion. How does your dog feel about their bad behavior? First, we need to understand the psychology behind dogs' apologies. Animal behavior scientists classify emotions into two categories. Primary emotions are basic, instinctive feelings experienced by most mammals and birds, such as fear, happiness, anger, and sadness, while secondary emotions are more complex and typically experienced by humans and primates, such as shame, pride, and guilt. Dogs are generally believed to experience only primary emotions, though many dog owners argue that their dogs are perfectly capable of feeling more complex emotions. Some scientists believe this is just a misinterpretation of dogs' responses by humans. For example, if an older dog reacts negatively to the arrival of a new puppy in the home, it might seem like jealousy, but their hostile behavior is more likely triggered by the anxiety of having their routine disrupted. Guilt is a secondary emotion, so dogs do not experience it. If your dog occasionally digs through the trash or tracks mud on the carpet, they don't understand that they did something wrong in the way a human would. In one experiment, owners were told to tell their dogs not to eat a tasty treat and then leave them alone with the treat in a room. While the owners were gone, researchers took the treat away but told the owners that their dogs ate it. The results showed that dogs displayed a guilty expression when their owners scolded them, even when they hadn't eaten the treat. This suggests that the guilty look might not be an apology, but a reaction to their owner's behavior. It seems dogs are masters at reading human emotions and responding in a way that simply diffuses tension. Smart move. And even if dogs could feel guilt, many behaviors that humans consider bad are not only normal for dogs but also rooted in instincts that would help them survive in the wild. Digging holes in the backyard, for instance, isn't just fun for your dog. It also reflects their natural instincts to hide food, create a cool spot, or make a comfortable den. From their point of view, we're the odd ones. So if your dog doesn't feel guilty about what they did, why would they apologize? Well, while your dog may not understand they did something wrong, they can understand that they upset you. Dogs are extremely sensitive to our tone of voice and can easily distinguish between a happy human and an angry or sad one. They also have what's known as associative memory, the ability to understand and connect certain actions of theirs with their human's reactions. For example, the connection between drooling on your socks and you raising your voice at them. This is why experts recommend not scolding or punishing your dog unless you catch them in the act. If there's a time gap between their bad behavior and your discovery, your dog might assume you're scolding them for something completely different. And let's be real, even when they're in trouble, it's hard not to forgive that furry face. To make things right, they might try a few things like licking, rubbing up against you, or even bringing a toy. It's their way of saying, let's be friends again. Interestingly, wolves do something similar to resolve issues within their packs. Some dogs, however, when they know they've done something wrong, might do the opposite and retreat to a corner of the house, avoiding eye contact, lowering their head, and tucking their tail. This doesn't mean they feel guilty, but rather that they don't want to face your anger. Nonetheless, they learn from these experiences and remember that certain actions may lead to scolding. Should we forgive our dogs quickly? Yes, we should forgive our dogs quickly, and here's why. Dogs live in the moment, and their understanding of time is very different from ours. When we hold on to anger after they've done something wrong, such as chewing on a shoe or having an accident inside, they don't connect that prolonged frustration to the behavior. Instead, they might just feel confused or anxious. Dogs don't plot out mischief or have the same moral understanding of actions like humans. Often, what we perceive as misbehavior is simply a result of stress, boredom, or instinct. For example, chewing isn't just a random or destructive act. It's something dogs do to release energy, deal with stress, and even take care of their teeth and jaws. In the wild, dogs chew on bones and sticks to stay healthy and calm. So, when your dog chews on your favorite pillow, they're not intentionally being naughty. They're just acting on natural instincts. If we respond with lingering frustration, we risk damaging the trust and bond we have with them. Forgiving your dog quickly, however, helps reinforce a positive connection between you. Dogs are incredibly attuned to human emotions. They can easily sense when you're upset, which can increase their anxiety. By forgiving them and responding with calm, reassuring energy, you help them feel safe and loved. It's important to use a soft, comforting tone and perhaps offer some physical affection like a pet or head rub. This signals to them that the situation is resolved, and it also strengthens your bond. In the end, forgiving quickly isn't just about letting go of frustration. It's about understanding that dogs are acting out of instinct or emotion, not malice. Responding with patience and compassion helps your dog feel secure and builds a relationship based on trust and mutual respect. Do dogs apologize to each other? Dogs also have their own ways of making up with each other, especially since they rely on their pack for essential needs like food and safety. Minimizing conflict within the group is crucial for survival. So, after a fight, both the wronged dog and the one who acted out often spend more time together to ease the tension. They may lick each other, which in the dog world is a gesture of offering peace, something like raising a white flag. Another common behavior is rolling onto their back to expose their belly, showing vulnerability and submission, signaling that they don't want to fight and prefer to be friends again. If we make a mistake, how do we apologize to our dogs? If we were a bit too harsh in our scolding or accidentally stepped on their tail, we often feel guilty and want to apologize. The good news is that dogs have a very short memory for isolated bad events. They will probably recover quickly, eager to restore peace and get back to the good times. However, it's important to note that while dogs may forgive the occasional incident, they have a longer memory for repeated mistreatment or abuse. Their brains are wired to create associative memories, meaning they remember and associate certain people or situations with negative experiences. This is a survival mechanism that helps them recognize potential threats and avoid a cycle of negativity. So, if a dog experiences consistent mistreatment from a particular person, they may begin to associate that person with fear or discomfort, making it harder for them to trust or forgive easily. This isn't holding a grudge, but rather self-protection and learning from their environment. Overall, dogs are creatures who forgive easily, often willing to leave the past behind after a sincere apology and some affectionate comfort. They're experts at living in the moment and don't tend to dwell on the past, which is something we could all learn from, right? Now, do you know why dogs stretch when they see you? Or why they get angry when they see themselves in the mirror? In this video here on the screen, I answer these and other questions, explaining 10 strange dog behaviors. Click on the screen and continue with me in the amazing world of dogs.